today we have Dr. Joseph Spero, and we have to make a disclaimer now so people understand that he is not a doctor. That's the biggest thing right now that we need to make sure. He is not a doctor. He may be a doctor in certain things, but a doctor in medical field, he is not there. He could be a doctor in investing, maybe, or he could be a doctor in sports, sure, betting. But anyways, then we also have Chef Boyar Lee Clayton as well. Lee, I remember we were sitting with him once and he cooked up some nasty food and he, I don't know what it was. I mean, it wasn't nasty food. It wasn't nasty food, but yeah, so we were making some food. Sorry, you know what? Our OG producer over here was giving us a little bit of a move over, so I apologize. But Chef Boyar Lee, so we had him. He was cooking something up, and he goes, "Call me Chef Boyar Lee." Yeah. And he maybe had a little something to drink, and he goes, "Yeah, all right." And I was like, "All right, well, Chef Boyar Lee it is." So I appreciate both of you guys coming on today, and I think this is gonna be an awesome show. Yeah,
of course it is.
Oh yeah.
Nothing less than excellent.
I'm excited for this. I'm excited. Doctor, come on. Come on. It's perfect. So look, I kind of wanted to get a couple things in with you guys because I know you guys kind of go way back, and that's pretty huge. And Lee, I wanted to start off with you a little bit more, and I don't know. Remember, I made a disclaimer for both of you before the show started. You have jobs, you have wives. Careful. Tread lightly.
And kids.
Shit. Perfect. Okay, see? And also,
and
the biggest thing.
Daughters at that.
Okay, see? Okay, and the other thing, too, is you have to remember, internet follows you for the rest of your life. So,
that's right.
I know you guys went to, okay, Joe went to York, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you went to Glenbard East?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember I looked up your football, and your football stuff was 5'10" for a junior from Glenbard East when you were at Milliken. I looked up all your stuff, so I looked up all that stuff, and then I saw Glenbard East. That's why I remember it now. So you guys grew up together. Did you guys go to middle school together?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, where'd you guys go to middle school?
Churchville.
In Elmhurst.
Okay.
Hey, what was the mascot, Lee?
It was like the Chargers. Is that what it was? But I don't know what was it.
No, he sat in a chair in the foyer.
Oh my God, I don't even. Oh, it's like a little panther looking thing or something. Some kind of animal.
Henry the dog.
It was a dog. Oh
Henry,
yeah, it was like a
home of Henry.
Yeah, Henry. Yeah, with big ass ears and all that. Yeah, I do. Oh man, I totally forgot about that. That's a good trivia question.
Middle school?
Yeah, that is trivia.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Home of
Right
Henry.
by Mr. Morvack's room.
Uh-huh.
So what is it? Just
JR for you. Our music teacher, I believe this is public knowledge, was eventually ousted from school. We were positive he was drinking.
Oh yeah.
And sure enough, he was drinking.
8 years after we graduated, they figured out that he was drinking.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was.
while teaching middle school kids music class.
I can dig with that. I mean, I think you'd probably be drinking too if you were sitting there teaching a bunch of middle schoolers.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of assholes just running around. Probably. Come on.
Oh, it was horrible.
I mean, I'm sure you guys probably weren't the perfect students sitting there going, "Yeah, teach us about music."
You know what? In his class, I think everyone was pretty well behaved. But as far as he knew, because he didn't really know what was going on. So I mean, there'd be in the middle of class, someone might run up and go start playing the drums behind us because you had a full band behind you. So, you never quite know what's going on. Well, he didn't know what was going on, but everyone else was doing every and anything.
He'd play a recorder in the beginning of every class, and he'd try to get you to guess what song he was playing.
Yeah.
That was his. That was
The
his
recorder.
Thing. On a
And
recorder.
it was never
No.
never songs that anyone knew.
No,
It was
not at all.
It was like
You
whatever
never heard
was
of the
in
song.
his head.
And he would play it and he'd be like, and then he'd be like, who can guess the song? One JR for you. A JR was a Jolly Rancher.
And then he'd pelt you with a Jolly Rancher if you got it right.
Drunken with a comb over. Just a complete comb over. Just a few hairs, too. Yeah.
I can picture
Poor
it now.
man.
I can
Poor
picture it
man.
now. Okay, so you guys went to middle school together. But then what? You guys lived too far apart to go to the same high school then?
No,
Yeah, so then after 7th grade, I moved to Glendale Heights, and so for my 8th grade year, I didn't know anyone, so I did what I always did, which was whenever I moved to a new school, because I moved probably about 5 times before I got to high school, so by that time it was all I did was play football. That was it. I'd join the football team, and then I'd make friends, and then that's it. But when I moved to Glendale Heights, there was only one kid that was on my team that went to the same high school as me. So I went into the junior high I was in. So when I walked into junior high, I only knew one person.
So did you guys keep in contact at that time?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always through high school?
Yeah.
So what was the biggest deciding factor? I mean, did you choose Milliken, or did you choose Milliken
did.
first?
He
You chose
did.
Milliken first, and then you decided to follow and try to get to it with him, or what? How did that go?
They had a Quiznos in the cafeteria.
Yeah, they had a
I think
Quiznos in the cafeteria.
think that
So
was my
I
deciding
went, I
factor.
decided, and then he was like, yeah, he's like, where are you gonna go? And I was like, Milliken. He's like, oh, I got some. They're interested in me to come down and wrestle, and I think I went with him on his visit, and
we got drunk
down there,
at ATO
and
in the basement.
yeah, and we got
Or
really
somewhere.
drunk, and then I was kind of the tour guide. I was like, I'll show you around. And then I kind of popped in on my football coaches there and like, what the hell are you doing here? They're like, oh, well, and then it turned into a visit for me all of a sudden too. And then they realized we were kind of a package deal. So they're like, oh yeah, they're coming.
Okay, so did you get a scholarship at all through football or anything like that?
Yeah, I got quite a bit of money from there through their financial aid department back in the day. It is
Grant
as
money.
legal as grant money, as legal as like Division III football could possibly get, is what I got. I mean, it was quite the discount. So
Joe,
yeah.
did you do the same thing? Did you
Yeah.
get?
Oh yeah.
Is it D3 for wrestling as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys decided. You guys, come on, think about it for a second. Now you can sit back and look at it for 1 second and think about it. You grew up in Elmhurst, Glendale Heights, this area, right? This little suburbanite out of Chicago, and you guys said, "Oh, fuck it, I want to go to Decatur, Illinois. Why wouldn't I want to go there? What else is there besides fucking Bourbonnais around the corner for the Bears to fucking watch them practice?"
It's the home of the Bears. It's the home of the Bears.
Hey, it's
the Staley
the home of the Bears.
Decatur.
yeah, it's
That's a
the
little information
also the
for you.
soy capital of the world.
Yep. The armpit of Illinois. They call it.
Yeah.
I mean, so what made you both decide, hey, you know what? I want to leave this not so shitty area, which, I mean, okay, I didn't really grow up in the greatest thing either, right? I mean, if you want to say what was awesome, okay, it would be saying that I'd tell you both, you guys grew up both in Hawaii, and you guys both decided to go to, Bora Bora to play football, right? There's that. So then you chose Illinois, where there's a part that's not the best. I'm not saying it's bad, right? I'm not saying that's bad, but obviously not a place where it's suburbanites, right? And
yeah.
then you move. I mean, like how you
rural.
just said, it's the armpits,
Yeah,
the
it's
armpit
rural.
of Illinois, right? I mean, what made you both decide? Yeah, that's what I want to do.
It was a very, let's just say, like, you got to do something really crazy to attract attention to yourself there. Like, you really can't get in any trouble there. That's one. Two, not in this order, but like, it's private school education, which does, a lot of people look highly on that kind of thing. And then it was in a good location, Illinois, far enough from home, but not too far away. So, I mean, those three things. I mean, originally, I think like my goal was I was trying to go to Florida State, to be honest. Um, but then I don't know. I think my senior year of football kind of changed that for me. I decided I wanted to. I didn't want to sit on anyone's bench. I got I didn't. I wanted to play. I wanted to play right away. I didn't want to sit for a
His
year.
voice changed there, senior year of football.
You know,
It's like it was yesterday for him.
Fucking Al
that's
Bundy
right.
over
I
there.
remember.
Senior year.
I remember that.
Polkai.
That's right.
His voice just changed. He was like, "Oh man, I mean, college senior year of football of high school wasn't."
Dude, that was a good year. That was a great year for me. That was a good year for me. A lot of things changed that year. It just kind of clicked in. Oh, things got serious for me. Football got serious.
So then that was your first pick, Joe. What was your first pick? Or did you even think about it at that point?
Northern Colorado. You know, both of us don't have family that went to college ever.
Right.
So it's not like there was anyone saying, you need to go to, Big Ten school. You need to go to. There was no plans in either of our lives for college. It wasn't like, oh, you're going to go to college. That's what you've been planning since you were 10. No. Just,
Yeah.
here's a college, and they got a Quiznos in the cafeteria.
That was one of the bigger deciding factors.
That's what I just wanted to go to school where I could. I don't know. I didn't really have any care where I went.
I mean, did you guys?
Initially.
Okay, so all right, so paint me a picture, Lee. You guys are. Let's fast forward. Sophomore year of college, right? So
Freshman year.
Okay,
We're dorming together.
Great. Freshman
Yeah.
year of college, right? So you're football, he's wrestling. I mean, come on, there had to be a few mornings where you're both sitting there going, "Fuck this, I don't want to do this at all."
Oh, I didn't do shit for the first semester.
He didn't do shit. I was so busy day one. Day one, when I stepped on campus, I was like, it was my freshman year. I honestly got the best grades that I've ever had in all of my years of college. And then I was so swamped with football because they were like, okay, you're a freshman, and then all the upperclassmen are like, you can't fuck around because you're getting actual playing time. So like, there's seniors that would love to get your playing time and this and that. So I had to like watch film and like I had to like really take it seriously. So I couldn't go out on Thursdays or Fridays. So like I'd be in the room, and then Joe comes in at like 3 a.m. or whatever or later, and he's like, "Ugh, ugh," like just it smells like a vodka bottle. Just walked into my room at 3, 4 in the morning, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I'm jealous and I'm mad that I just got woken up. So like, yeah, there's all kinds of plenty of Fridays because my Fridays were done because we played on Saturday afternoon. So I can't do anything. And if I was seen anywhere at a party, I'd get in like big trouble. So that really sucked.
So never your freshman year never did a party. Would you say
Not
out of all 4 years? Did you
No.
do a party?
Not until after the football season. Once football season was over, it was
always
game.
during football season, always stay away from parties.
Yeah, it was business.
Oh,
yeah.
There was no
On-
partying. He wasn't even fucking doing his laundry. That room smelled like a football locker room.
Yeah, I had
It was
no
bad.
time.
Yeah,
I had no time.
it was nasty.
Oh man, I couldn't even imagine.
Dude, Lee did one thing. Lee did two things. He slept and went to practice.
Yeah,
About
that's it.
And football.
Yeah,
So okay, first semester, did you guys do good in school?
No, I didn't. Lee did.
I did. Yeah, I did really good my freshman
I
year.
fucking did horrible. I was academic probation first semester.
First semester, right away,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
God, had to whip them right away.
And then my dad threatened. He's like, "You're on your own. You're gonna do this on your own." And I'm like, "Okay." In the next semester, I got made dean's list.
Okay.
So I went from a .67 or .167, which is an F average, to 4.0. in one semester.
Shit.
Yeah, it was those flip flops. Like I started off really high,
Yeah, I
and then it
started off
just went
high.
down from there, and then he started off really low,
Went
and
up.
then went up from there. So it was like, but they say, obviously in college, like they say it's better to start off high because then
Yeah.
you know,
I
it's
struggled 4 years to bring my GPA up. It took 4
yeah.
years to get it to a 3.19 from one bad semester.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So I mean,
that's
okay.
school, kids. If you're watching, don't slack off.
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, this is my 6th year of school.
Is it really?
I turned
Wow, you've been
20
at ASU for that long now?
No. Okay, I turned 24 on Sunday.
Okay.
I
All right.
did the 3 years community college.
That's
there's
right.
a little asterisk next to that because I, did some other bullshit. And then
Yeah.
after the first year, finally got back into regular school after HVAC stuff, and
Right.
boom, came back and then transferred over. And originally, I know Joe was a part of it too. And my old man goes, "Yeah, you got 2 years, get your degree." And then after that year, I go, "Yo, man, it's gonna be another 2." And he goes, "Oh, fuck." He was one of those fucks. Oh man,
Yep.
really? That's what you're gonna like?
That's because Kyle's parents are paying the bill.
Yeah, man, I mean, thank you.
You're 2 years in at that time. It's like, well, you gotta,
You know what my biggest argument was? Your wife, my sister. I always said she got 4 years of university. Why can't I? And they go, well, because you went to community college for 3 years. What do you mean?
Tell them that doesn't count.
And my kids don't have a future anymore because the grandparents have spent too much money on Kyle.
The money hasn't stopped yet.
They doubled down on Kyle.
Yeah.
They may have done more than double down. They've tried hedging their bet several times already.
That's right.
But yeah, so I mean, okay, so you guys grew up in college together, and that's crazy. And then obviously, this bro decides to leave and goes to American, right?
Yep.
Which
that was right in the middle of college. Was that
Yeah,
like junior
senior
year?
year.
I think
Yeah.
Senior
final year. Yeah.
something like that.
So you did 3
Yeah.
years Milliken, 1 year American.
Yeah. Semester 2. What was I there for? I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. I was at American for long enough to take a civil, a course or a degree in civil justice, political science,
Okay.
with civil law.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: was Lee a part of this? All right.
No,
Here we
Lee
go.
wasn't with me at American.
No. But ready? This is what I always remember. It's your brother. Okay. Here we go. He's smiling already at me. Don't worry, it's not too bad. Keg races.
Oh.
When was
yeah.
keg races? Is that high
Keg
school or
races-
college?
So that was definitely college. Keg races was at my house senior year. It was at my house in my yard.
Let's give the viewers an idea
Yeah, the
of
listeners
what it
and
meant.
viewers. Yeah, tell.
'Cause
Yeah,
there's a lot of
give
keg
us-
races
Yeah,
out
give us
there.
give us like a
So-
little
And
something about it.
There's 2 ways to do keg races because I've been involved in multiple keg races. One of them was at Western Michigan where they had like an A team and a B team and they had 2 kegs. And whoever chugged the keg first the other team had to go buy the other keg for the rest of the party for the night.
Oh
And
wow.
when they decided to do this, they decided not to outlaw beer bongs. Well, we had a team, and we were like, "You're gonna allow us to do beer bongs with a keg? You guys aren't gonna You're not gonna stand a chance." I think we beat them by an hour and 20 minutes.
And you were considered the A team?
Yeah, well, it was just 2 different kegs. I mean, I don't know which team we were, but I mean, whatever the case is, don't do keg races and allow teams beer bongs if they tell you they can handle beer bongs, because it changes the game. You can knock a beer down in 3 seconds compared to so keg races though. That's one idea of a keg race, right? The keg races that they held here, a lot of people said they've been to a lot of places and never seen almost anything like this. So what they do is they sell pony kegs, right? So you're talking, what is that?
What
How
is it
many
like?
cases?
What is it like? 6 cases or no?
40, I think.
Is it?
Or
Is that what
40
it
in a
is?
full and 20s a pony.
I forget how many's in it. I thought it equals out to like 12 and a half beers a person.
It's an
But how many
eighth of a
people do we have?
barrel because a keg's a
Yeah.
quarter barrel, right? So it's an
Yeah.
So it's a quarter barrel, which is 7 3/4 gallons
There you
No.
go.
for a pony keg.
Yeah, so I remember we equaled it. It was about I remember doing I'll never forget the math. It was like a little over a 12 pack a person,
No.
but how many people did that?
No. 12 pack a person is teams of 4. It was 20 plus beers a person.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Matt, Kyle will do some math.
Yeah, Kyle do the math.
So keep this in mind. All right. So now you got a house with a big field, and you've got 50 teams of 4. So there's 50 kegs.
Yeah.
At this place.
It's as
You
there's
got people on roofs, like
as many
clothes
people
off.
as many people as you want. Like as many entries as you want to have. The whole campus knew about it, so you get like a team. You got like a team of like football players, and then you got like
Lee
next
always
to them.
had a team of football players. He had 3 of the biggest guys.
No, I did not. I never
Blake?
I never had football players. It was Blake. He didn't count as a football player.
No.
So like it was me, Cronenberg, and Rick James, and then we had Ashley Osmond. I remember
Yeah,
that.
that's right. One
That
year.
was our,
Yeah,
that was our fourth.
yeah, but you guys you were drinking, but you were spectating the retardedness.
Oh, yeah,
excuse my
of
language. I
course.
shouldn't say
No,
that
it's okay.
word.
We already got into that earlier.
All
We got
right,
to that earlier.
all
It's
right,
okay.
All right, yeah. You were spectators of the drunken foolishness that was going on. So, God, I don't even know you're supposed to get into keg races because the rules were just dynamic. I mean, think about what
There was I remember.
the puke pit.
Yeah, the puke pit.
Oh,
All right, so give me this. For both of you. Give me this. It starts, right? So what's the starting point? Give me that starting point. What has to happen?
oh,
Well,
Jake,
no, we gotta
Jake
rewind.
Rodriguez
We
has
gotta
to get
we
on
gotta
the
set
roof.
the scene. We gotta set the scene. So there's one house. It's this big yellow house, right? That was the house that I lived in. It was me and 2 other guys that lived there.
Next to the
And
train
we've
tracks.
got like almost a football field worth of space that was off campus, but technically like bordering the line of campus. So then we could there was actually a freight train track that ran right on the dividing line across that line, like through keg races, like next to the football field, right next to like everything. We got this train. So you've got this field full of people with kegs, and then you've got this train, and then you've got this house with one bathroom in it, and and that's another story. But there's so in the middle of keg races, always the freight train would come ripping through, but he'd slow down because he'd see just tons of people, hundreds of people,
500 people,
hundreds of people
Yeah.
out there dressed in costumes and shit, and like whatever.
Singlets,
So you've got
football gear,
yeah,
costumes,
you've got like
anything you
all
think
these
of.
different people representing whatever it is the fuck they do. So you'll get like theater kids out there and choir kids like joining keg races. Like I don't think they've ever in the history of keg races won, but like, it's just that was like the scene. So all right, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking about the puke pit, right? Because this is really what it's centered around. Because eventually, it's when you give rules like allowing a beer bong or allowing a puke pit that now you're pushing the limits of drinking. Because there's a group of people who will say, "You're gonna allow me to puke." So all I got to do is drink up as much as I can drink, and if I feel sick, I can puke and just keep drinking. Well, that became a problem, right? It was like, well, no, you can't just go puke. You got to take some time out. Otherwise, we might have people just killing them. They'll just drink till they die. So they made a rule, and the rule was it's about the size of this table. and there's a spray painted ring, and then around that ring is a smaller ring, and the smaller ring, essentially, Kyle, if you puke into that smaller ring, and you had to be about a certain distance from the ring, if you get your puke into the smaller ring, no break. You get right back in, start drinking. You get your puke into the outside ring, the bigger ring. It was like a
Penalty.
10-minute,
Yeah.
what was it, or 5?
Yeah, it was a couple-minute penalty.
Couple-minute penalty.
Was that adapted after the first time, or
That, I don't think that rule was always. I don't.
The puke ring was always there.
Was it?
I think there was like stipulations as years went on. Like it was like junior year, the puke pig existed, but then it was just one big ring.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of disgusting. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like I refuse to be in that ring or even be in that situation because
I contributed
there's-
to that ring like
yeah, I
six
know.
times, I think, in one
There's-
go.
there's no way I want to be standing
yeah.
next to somebody puking. That's like projectile vomiting, you get one of those in there and it ruins it for
That was the
everybody.
goal, was if you could projectile vomit, you actually incited the crowd. They were so excited. Like,
okay? So you say crowd. You both say crowd a couple of times here. So is there a referee in the very beginning, or it's just you being the host going, "All right, motherfuckers, let's drink"?
yeah, somewhat. Lee might remember who. I remember Jake and them were on the roof, and they started it off one year.
Yeah.
I think it's as soon as you pick that damn keg up and you're like, we're empty. That's it. I mean,
everyone's kind of policing it a little bit themselves. Like the other teams are policing the other teams, but like when you pick up that keg and you can like lift it over your head and it's like, it's got to make the empty keg sound. There's nothing like the empty keg sound with and that's it. It's game over.
Really? So, okay, let me ask you this then, because I know Sam has talked about it. Your brother has talked about it several times.
Yeah, we brought him one year.
He said he rolled up a couch and he said we sat there and watched the keg races.
He even said he's visited a lot of schools, seen a lot of parties, and never seen anything like this. I don't think I had either.
No.
At any school ever.
I mean, I've never even heard of it until you told me, and I've never seen it from anywhere else. I've never.
I personally think they canceled it after we left.
You know what? I don't know if they can still do it. It's in April, right? April, May. Yeah, it might be in May, I think. It might be in May, April, May, and I have not. I mean, I don't know. I'm not on campus like that, or I haven't been to campus since I left.
For 20 years. Anyway.
So, okay,
so that's probably one of the most exciting days and weekends
it's
of
the
the
best
year
weekend at Milligan. It is the
by
best
far.
weekend.
Yeah.
Because then, like some people just power through the day.
Uh-huh.
My ass went and took a nap. I was like, dude, I'm good. I'm gonna go take a nap and then go out. But
it's a mess. The whole place.
Yeah,
is a mess after
like
that. It's just
it's a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, shit, I couldn't even imagine that many people drinking all the time.
Oh, and imagine what you get
because
when you bring a bunch of
because
Illinois, Wisconsin
it starts
people
at like
together.
11:30 or noon or something like that. Like this
is 11 a.m. start.
It's early.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I couldn't even imagine.
It was warm. It's warm, so it has to be spring. It was a spring.
It's spring. I remember that. It was like April, May. It was toward the end of the school year. So
I remember because those fucking morons. There was a group of idiots that all wore their singlets. And I'm like, you guys are idiots. Mm-hmm. They looked like idiots.
Were you wearing a singlet ever?
No, but I. But
he puzzled over. He puzzled. He was like, no.
Lee, I remember one year going to that, and I remember the night before we must have drank till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I came in with the shampoo effect, and I mean, the shampoo effect. Oh, it was terrible. That was the puke. That was the day that I was leading in the pit, and we were crushing.
That was senior year.
Yeah, that was the year. I think I took second that year. I don't think I won. We won. Were we on a winning team once together? I know I was on a winning team.
I was
2 years,
never on a winning team because I was. I every
2
year I was with
years.
Blake and then Rick James, who could only drink a 6-pack in an hour. So
It was just for fun for Blake and James because they'd even laugh. Like Blake tried, but James
yeah, we
didn't.
tried.
Yeah.
We were doing the we had a lot of different strategies, but never. And then James came up
Yeah.
and just didn't happen.
Rick James. Oh, man. All right. That's another full podcast about that guy. So,
So Urban Dictionary, I had to do the liberty of it, and if you want to pull this one up, I think this is pretty funny. So if you want to, OG over there. If not, no worries. But so keg races. The second thing on Urban Dictionary says the most fucking badass competition on campus. You get, and on this one, you guys said 500 people. This one says you get a group of 15. And I will quote from Urban Dictionary. I will quote word for word and fucking chug down a keg as fast as you can. You puke your brains out and then continue puke and rally. And if you're lucky enough to win, usually in about 30 to 40 minutes, you get some damn respect for show. And then it says underneath it, usually a 20-minute puke rule. And only in your own trash can. Did you guys ever do that?
No, we never had. There was no trash cans because we were in the middle of a field.
And
so.
that's a pretty good rule. It's like it's equivalent to the circle. You know, you got to get your ass to the circle. Because when you're chugging and it starts coming up and people are dropping beer bongs like with 4 beers in them, 3 beers in them, we weren't doing one beer bong. It's not like you're doing a single beer. They're filling the beer bong full with the keg so they can clear as much booze out of that keg as possible till the whole funnel's filled, the whole hose is filled, and then go, which is, 2 to 3 beers easily. So
what, you guys are laying on your back sitting there chugging?
No, just take a knee and go.
Yeah.
And whatever comes up, get your ass to the circle.
Mm-hmm.
The best here is it says underneath it. I'll read this both to you. It's boy to girl. Dude, did you go to keg races? Girl, fuck yeah, and I puked my brains out. Yeah, but who won? The Sigma. I don't know how to pronounce that. Girls, of course. Something stupid. And this post is from 2008. Okay. 2008.
Oh, that's very close. Very close time period.
Yeah, they were still probably floating around by then at that point. That's only 4 years after.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say that's almost a tradition of the school there and probably one of the funnest days.
Yeah.
But there's many things that were, what about Hennessy ripping his ball sack open on that
on the fence,
the gated fence,
on the woods fence.
No,
yep.
Yeah, a metal pronged fence, and he tried to jump it, and it caught his nuts.
So it's like an 8-foot fence.
Oh,
so
and he's
no
hanging.
Jumping it or anything, And he's hanging there, and his nutsack's in open. Like it's one of those like where it's got the pointy like stakes at the top.
Yeah.
And he too much weight and slipped. He was drunk, slipped. Maybe it was a little moist outside, and he got stabbed in the nuts.
Yeah, that was a tough.
You guys just like took him.
I wasn't there. I wasn't with him.
No, I wasn't there. Hell no, I'm glad I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'd be in the nut house, like literally, like if I saw some shit like that. That's. I don't ever see anyone in that kind of pain.
I don't ever remember seeing him after that happened either. I don't know. Did he come back to school there? Or...
No, he was there. No, he was. He played football. He played football. He was. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Lee, what you drinking over there?
Dude, I just poured my last glass of some pure white Hennessy. This is actually like pretty. This is some Jamaican shit. Well, not Jamaican. Let's see what this is. This stuff is like not legal in the United States. Actually, it's they don't sell it here. I got it in the Bahamas. They sell it in Jamaica and the Bahamas, mostly the Caribbean, but they do not sell it here. So I'm not even a Hennessy drinker, but this shit is phenomenal.
So there's a bar in Arizona It's in Tempe, Gilbert, Phoenix, and Scottsdale. You may have been there before. El Jefe. Ever heard of it?
Oh yeah,
I know that they might have an El Jefe in Chicago. I'm not sure.
that's right. It's the same people.
Same people. Yeah, I forget if OG can look it up, the ownership of it. I forget what it is. It'll come
Yeah.
to my mind in a second here. But anyways, so they actually have a Hennessy margarita that they do, and it's not with tequila, but it's like a frozen Hennessy drink almost. And
Hmm.
I tried it. I was probably already wasted at that point, but I
Yeah.
tried it anyways, and I went for it. And I mean, I don't know if I got any worse than that point I was already at, or if it was even worse than that. So, I mean, this big ass jug. I mean, the size of one of those ones you go to like Vegas for, and you look.
Oh
at,
yeah.
yeah, and there's like a. That's
Fish
like
bowl.
they do the beer Ritas, like they do a beer in there.
Eh.
And those are
That's a gimmick drink. Those are gimmick drinks.
What, the
you
car
know?
crash? The Mexican car crash with the beer?
That's the
Corona
shit that
upside
gets
down?
you. That's the shit that gets
Yeah.
you in the door. Like, no, this is actually like this might be like so this bottle. What is this? I don't even know. This is I don't know. I don't know how many ounce bottle this is, but so that bottle itself, I bought it for like $60, and then here I could sell it here to like somebody on like Facebook Marketplace or something for like over 200, like 250 is what it goes for, because you can't get it and all that whole jazz. But no, it's actually it's good shit. It's good shit. I don't even drink Hennessy, but I'll drink this shit. It's good.
Oh, okay. It's Riot Hospitality Group, so they also own Riot House. There's a couple other ones that they own
They
too.
they own a
This is
they own a
LFA.
bunch of
They're
they own a
ri-
bunch
I mean,
of
they
shit.
got so much money in that
They own a
business.
I know one of the managers there. Like or whatever owner or something. I
I was gonna
through
say
people.
manager. I was gonna say manager. What, a local manager, so you
Party
can get
bus.
No.
you can get in for a free table once in a while.
I don't know about a free table, but I can get in. That's all I ask for. Just let me in. I'll pay for my
See,
drinks.
what's funny too is you have to think about that for a second. Is when I thought about it in my head way back, and I think Joe has talked to me about it before in the past. He goes, "Look, when you go to clubs, it's going to be a big line. They let girls in first. They don't let the guys in. But when I go to Scottsdale, you're in line. You're in line. You get in. You get in. I mean, you're going to spend money. They want you in. Like
No.
every single club wants as many people as they possibly can.
Well,
You haven't stood in the line.
this is Kyle.
Hold on.
You gotta understand. So I'm a transplant of the old Arizona. The old Scottsdale. So like back in the old days when I was there, not like there were some very heavy restrictions. So there's like I can't think of the name of the club now, but it's at like
PC.
it's at
or
the
PC
end. It's
What
at
was-
the end of like
Pussycat
Stetson
Lounge.
Court, and it used to be
PCL.
called Pussycat Lounge, right?
Okay, so that could also be that's in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
So
It's in
that could
Scottsdale.
be Pretty Please now.
I bet it is.
Or
Yes,
that
it
could-
is. Yes,
it is?
no,
Okay,
it is.
So Pretty
That's exactly
Please
what
was
it is.
Pussycat Lounge.
Pretty Please
Okay.
was Pussycat Lounge, because I went there and I was like, wow, this place is totally different. And the last time I was out there, and it was like they used to keep a ratio. There might be a line, but it's a line full of dudes. The girls had their own entry. That how it's got that long slanted like walkway.
Yeah.
Girls used to walk in through the right side, and the guys used to walk into the left side. Girls used to walk into the right side, and the guy line was super long because they would only let in one guy per every four girls they let in.
See, I also will say this to both of you, and I luck out on this. I can thank the gods above for this one thing in life, is that every single time I've gone to a club, I go with at least 3 women that have at least 2
You're never
people
gonna
in
wait in
there,
line.
at least 2 people
Never.
that know someone there with a table. 2 people
There you go.
inside each place with a table. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8. They already know that there's 2 at each place, and there's how many places? 15 places or whatever else. I mean, I walk up with these girls, and it's myself and 3 other girls. So, okay, they're going to let in 3 girls and one guy that looks like he's gay, but I'm not gay. I'm just there for the free drinks, man. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, they got the table. They got
Are
the
you
free
kidding me?
table and the free bottles. Yeah, you're like, hey, I'm just
gonna
the guy
roll
on the
up right
side.
away. You know I am.
I think
you walk on the front, they hand you the champagne, and I go, thanks. And then I go inside, I'm like, yes. Like, what else can we get for free? You know?
this is Kyle's mistake here. We were looking for women. He already had the women. It's why go to the club? Just go home.
Yeah.
You already did
Kyle,
it. We were searching for him, so I think you needed either money or to know somebody at the door.
Or some serious game, you know,
Yeah.
like, and yeah, no,
Lee's party bus.
that was my angle out there was, well, I had the party bus, so I mean, we can go into that.
you got a party bus?
Yeah, me and a buddy of mine out there, we used to own a party bus company out there, and that
Super
was
cool.
like at one point I was definitely in the scene out there quite a bit, and it was like I was every club's best friend because I had the biggest party bus, so I could drop off, at 11 o'clock at night before things got crazy. Like, I'm dropping off anywhere from 30 to like 60 people at your club, which obviously makes everyone money, inside the club. So they love me. So when I had a free night or whatever, and I'm like, hey, it's just me, and they're like, oh, come here, we'll take care of you. So like when my birthday came around, when Joe and like everyone else came out, for my birthday, we had no problems getting in anywhere. I had like 9 dudes and like 2 girls, it's just like the worst odds ever, but we would go in there and own the place,
It was literally 2 girls and all guys. That was where I met that Estella chick from Hungary.
That's
and then
right.
She came out to Chicago to visit, and she saw how much we drank, and she went home like immediately. The very next day, she was like, "This is not exactly what I thought when I met you." She's like, I liked you, but you guys drink way too much. It looks like you're partying way too much for me. This is not what I thought. And I was like, I was torn at the point because very infrequently did I meet even a decent looking girl, much less one that was going to come visit me. But then again, it was like, I don't like any of your friends.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure I like you anymore after
you
watching what you guys do in a night. It's literally what happened.
All right, Lee, you know the baby?
Yeah.
Okay, so International, or it's INTL, it's in Scottsdale. It's across the street from Bevy on the corner. It's in the same strip part there next to El Jefe, which is next to Riot House.
Okay.
Outside. So
Okay.
International, they actually had the baby there rapping
Okay.
on stage, and that was right before. And I mean, when I say right before, I mean damn near 2 weeks later. He had #1 song on like Apple Music.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I mean they had him right before. They found him, they got him. I think they did cover charges.
They probably didn't pay him shit.
Oh no, I mean their cover charges.
Yeah.
So okay, I've been to the club in Vegas where they do a cover charge for guys. I think it was Armin van Buren. Okay, he came on in Vegas in Omnia, and it was 105 for men and 75 for females. At International that night, I remember it because I was actually in town. We walked past it, and I just got a quick glance, and we ended up going to Boondocks around the corner, and it was 75 for males and 75 for women. They didn't fuck around. They're like, we're gonna charge everyone, whoever wants to come in to see the baby. And I'm sure most of these people probably already heard of him. That's the only club too that when you walk up, you have to pull up your shirt and show your waistband Put your arms
Gun.
up in the air.
Oh
And
shit.
they pat you down. They go, yep.
Oh, it's Hood. Oh no, yeah. No, it's Hood, dude. Yeah, that's a Hood club. Now, I had no idea that there's any Hood clubs in
That's the only
like
one. That's the
like
only one.
Kensington. What is that? Kensington Court and Stetson Circle or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
it's so that's Saddlebag.
Saddlebag. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, same
So
deal.
Saddlebag, right in that corner. Mr. Mesquite's right there on the corner.
Okay.
And then International's right there. Always next to the front entrance. There's a pickup truck backed up with 2 police officers just sitting there waiting. Like,
Yeah.
make
first
the wrong
person
move,
thrown
buddy.
out.
No,
Yeah.
you know what? That used to be. I know exactly where that is. So that always has been like a hip hop club, and that used to be the. I can't think of the name of it off the tip of my head, off to my tongue, but it used to be. It was a Tuesday night spot, and it like if you're looking, and who goes out on Tuesday nights?
I do.
I do, like back then, but like that's
Chris
the.
Brown
It
and
was.
me.
It was there. That was the place to go on Tuesday nights. But no, that's cool that they got like a venue and all that. But yeah, it's no. I mean, hey, that's any Hood club, dude. I feel a little bit safer if I gotta they're checking for guns and that
So
like
I walked in one time.
necessary.
I got in one time. I've been in one time into that club. I went in with my friend Raina. We walked in, myself, Raina, and this German dude. We walk in. Actually, my buddy Jacob as well. Jacob splits. German dude splits. And every single guy that came up to Raina and myself, they go, "This your boyfriend?" And she starts laughing. She goes, "Nah, just my friend." And I'm just her friend. I'm there for the free drinks. So I walk up to the bar, and I'll never forget it. It was the funniest thing I've ever experienced. He goes, "What you want to drink?" And he's already got 2 Hennessy shots pouring for him and her. And I look at him and I go, "I'd like a nice vodka, please." And he looks at me right away, and this big ass dude looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, for you, sure, you can have some vodka." And I mean, we're sitting at this club. I mean,
Raina must have been looking real
as
good.
you explained it,
He
Lee,
was
like
fine.
it's a hood club. Yes, it's a hood club. I mean, come on, they're
Yeah, I
kicking your
know it
butts
is.
at the club.
Yeah.
Of course they are. And I'm sitting there going, "Oh shit, should maybe knock out the vodka, huh?" And then sure enough, I took the shot. She spilled the Hennessy, and then he took the shot, and then she goes, "Thanks," and we walked away. And I mean, that's the best part. And it's totally different vibe. They got hookahs in there. It's like
Yeah, that's West Coast Hood. That ain't real Hood. But yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I've been there. That's different. That's West Coast Hood.
The
They don't have hookahs. They don't have hookah bars. They're not. You pull out a hookah on in Chicago, they'll be like, "What the fuck is that? You better put some weed in that shit."
the best part is Kyle telling us that the girl he was with was so good looking that a guy bought him a drink in order to talk.
What Lucian
yeah.
happens. What Lucian happens. That's why I love it. That's why I said it.
That was the part I liked the best.
Kyle, do you realize that you've been friend zoned by you are the friend zone? You're friend zone, dude.
Oh, I know. I was friend zone day one.
I call it date. I
Yeah.
call Kyle. We should call him daytime date. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Daytime date.
Friend zone Fred.
Oh man, that just calling daytime date made me think about Kyle wrote something out before we started this. He wanted us to talk about embarrassing moments or whatever we did. And daytime date reminds me of one of the worst, most embarrassing moments. So
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real fast.
yeah,
before-
so
all right.
so I meet this girl in Fort Lauderdale, and she's semi-cute, like Brazilian or something. She's much better looking than me, but so I don't think she was so sure about me. I was really putting the pressure on her at like a club called Tarpon Bend in Lauderdale.
Yep.
And I was like, not a club, but a bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's get together tomorrow. Let's do something as soon as possible. And eventually she gave me her number. She answered the next day, but she didn't remember who I was. So she's like, I don't know if I remember you. I'm like, remember we were at Tarpon Bend? Told her the story, and she's like, oh, okay. So she's nervous. Like, I don't know who this is, so I'm gonna go on a daytime date with him. Right? Then so I'm like, well, I'll take a daytime date. I show up. Literally, she must have took one look and was like, uh-uh. So I sat down next to her. I think it probably lasted about like 3 or 4 minutes, and she's like, um, I don't remember that you were the person I was talking to, and I'm not really interested in you. That was,
Oh God.
I mean,
Yeah.
talk about. I mean, to share this on this call is funny, or on this podcast is funny, but talk about you know, that'll I most people wouldn't come out of their room for a week after some shit like
Yeah.
that.
I mean most guys their most embarrassing story would be like involving a chick in like the most awkward moment ever to some degree. I don't even I think I've had too many to like honestly pick one to some degree. Like there's been man, I remember I went out with this girl. I went out with this girl. She was so I didn't know this. She's a friend of a friend. I got set up or whatever, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, you guys are like both. You guys are both. You guys are both really smart. You guys would really like enjoy each other or whatever." Like, whatever. I'll go
Who
out
the
there.
fuck was setting you guys
It's like,
up that said you were smart
dude,
enough?
I know, right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So I go out with this girl, and she's so I ask her like, "Oh, so what do you do?" And so this girl's a fucking therapist. I was like, no. And, like, so I'm like fresh off. This is like fresh off of the Nicole breakup. So this was like not a good time for me and some girl to be like fishing through my head. So I'm like, so this girl was just like trying to psychoanalyze me and like asking like I literally became a client like right there. I'm in a bar with this girl and we're like having drink. I'm at American Junkie and this girl's
Oh,
like
yeah.
psychoanalyzing me. I'm like, dude, I'm like, hey, I work here. I got like, you're paying like $2.50 a drink. Like, how about enjoying your drinks instead of trying to like talk to me about shit, and yeah, it that didn't end very well at all. It was a mess. That was a bad one because she's like, well, like just digging deep into me and like telling me I'm this and
After
I'm
a
that.
terrible
And
breakup.
after a
After a
terrible
terrible
breakup, it's just like, oh my God, like this is just so like this is so wrong and on a million different levels. So like I walked out of there feeling like so shitty about myself and like dating and like it was just like I took the L. It was the loneliest like L ride home ever in my life. I was like, I came all the way down here for this shit. I'm drunk. I'm like defeated.
Yeah.
Just like
A
it's
little
like
horny, a little horny.
Yeah,
a little
completely just.
like I thought she was cute. And then that's what made me. I was like, "Why do I think this girl is cute? This girl sucks." Like trying to tell myself never to call this girl again. And then
sounds like she mind fucked you. At
she did. Yeah,
least.
yeah, she did. Yeah, I
At
was
least.
like, I went home confused about myself, life, like it was just, oh man, that was the worst. So yeah, that was embarrassing to myself. No one was around. It wasn't like the normal type of
That's
embarrassing.
how I felt.
It was embarrassing to myself, like embarrassed that this girl that I met one time had that much effect on me. But
Like I said, that's how I felt. No one else was around. I was just, it was just her and I, basically, at a restaurant during the middle of the daytime, a daytime date. Never again in my life would I ever accept a daytime date. Not that I'd ever have to now, but
yeah,
daytime dates are just
See,
bad
okay,
news.
so you say daytime dates are bad news, but I'll give you this. Daytime dates are perfect in a male perspective for one reason. You're questioning who this girl is if she's and okay, in my mindset too, I may not be also looking for a girlfriend every single time, and maybe for other reasons. So, in that sense, you do a daytime date where you do a nice little lunch date, right? Okay, let's go for a little daytime date and do a little lunch date. If you suck ass, I can book it. But if you come to my place, I'm fucked.
Yeah, see, the embarrassing part about mine was I didn't even have a chance to suck at the date. She was just turned off at the sight of me. Now that's embarrassing. That's crushing. That's all right. So that's the embarrassing
Okay,
story.
so
I'm
he
gonna
said
share
Lee
with
said
you.
earlier he said $2.50 drinks.
Yep.
Okay, so paying it back. Let's bring it back one more time. One more time, and then we're gonna move forward here because I got some good stuff coming up next. And
Yeah.
what I got for you is this: $2.50 for a drink. Best deal, Milliken. Where could you get it?
Oh, 10 cents.
Oh
cents
yeah,
what?
10
Where
cents.
that guy
at,
shot him. Where the other guy shot the other guy while we were
yeah,
there.
the
That gunfight
the
broke
pitcher,
out.
the pitcher place. What was that called?
No, not the one. Yeah,
The
that's
place
10
that-
cents. Where you
Yeah,
fill
that's the
up
10 cents place. What was that called?
or 5 cent. Weren't they 5
No,
cent?
they were.
Little
I think they were.
cups. They were the little
They were-
plastic cups
Of beer?
of beer.
It was
for
I
5
think
cents.
it was two. Wasn't it? It was 250
It was
pitchers.
the
wasn't it?
drive-through liquor store. Remember that
It was
drive-through
next to it.
right
It was
next
next
to
to
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's-
it was a
Oh, by
warehouse.
the way, there was drive-through liquor stores.
We have
There's-
a liquor store. Come on.
Okay, well, not everywhere do they have drive-through.
No,
Did they
so-
sell you cigarettes
Yes.
by themselves? A
No.
one
A loose
cigarette, a
cigarette.
Lucy. Yeah.
Listen to this. So you can pull
A
into this
Lucy.
drive-through. You could be like, "Let me get 2 Lucy's
Uh-huh.
and a cup of ice and a bottle of whatever," and they're like, "All right, here you go."
Yep.
They give you cups with ice.
2
Cigarettes.
cigarettes, cup of ice in the car, so you can pour your
And
drink
you're
right
in the
there
car,
in front
so
of
you
them.
can drink and drive it.
It was, yeah. So
Yeah.
So 10 cent, right? So okay.
10 or 5?
Yeah.
Okay, was there
It
a
was-
cover charge?
No.
$5.
Oh
$5.
yeah, that's right.
It was
There
$5
a
to get in.
$5.
Boom. Okay, so same thing for me. ASU Wednesday nights. It was called the Cabin.
This was Thursday.
Okay,
which is
so
a
we
big
do
night.
Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
It was called the Cat, or maybe it was Thursday night. Excuse
Okay.
me. Wednesday night was at the Vine. You go in. It's a $5 cover charge, and you drink. I think it was like $1.50 a drink or something like that.
Okay.
Some shit little, booty bar next to campus.
Yeah.
But Thursday night, it's $5 a head. Doesn't matter if you're female or male. Does not matter. It's $5 a head, and you come in. You get 10-cent drinks, beers, little plastic cups, like you said, and then it was 25-cent wings. And the wings,
Oh, no.
The wings though, that was the kicker, because it made you not want to drink anymore. The wings were 25 cents, and they were fucking hot, man. They burn the shit out of your tongue, and not like it's so spicy. Like first bite, you're like, I don't want the rest of these. These suck. You know what I mean? There's some nasty sauce on there. But fuck.
No, we this place was like there was no food on deck, nor would anyone eat
No, we were there. We were
Because
there. On a
it was that
mission.
shitty of a place, and you go there and you can play. So we'd have like tables of flip cups set up. You could play beer pong, all that, like everything. Like you've got endless amounts of plastic cups and a shitload of beer. So you could do whatever you wanted. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it was just a full. You'd walk in and it would be a warehouse full of college kids
Yeah.
fucking
And
around
some
with plastic
townies.
cups and
And
drinking,
some
and
gangster
and a few
townies.
townies sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
and it's like Scottsdale doesn't really have townies, like not like Decatur. Like Decatur townies, like they almost need like a stamp on their forehead because
No,
they're
give me a
like,
stamp. You know who
or
they are.
like they
Immediately.
walk around with it. They
Yeah,
are
You know right away.
you know like.
towners for sure.
Townies.
No, townies.
Townies.
No,
Oh, okay.
they live there.
Yeah.
They live in Decatur, from Decatur, have been nowhere else but Decatur, Illinois. And
There was some good townies.
yeah.
Like Cordy was cool. Remember the Jake's
Mhm.
neighbors? There was a few. We
Yeah.
had some dudes that were from there that were cool. That was about it. Not many though. Yeah.
All right. I
let's bring it up.
think everyone got a good background of who the fuck you guys are. That's what I love. That right there is what I needed. That's gold. That's liquid gold, and I know that there's millions of other stories we could go on for the next 10 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
We're regular ass dudes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's like keg races.
I think so.
So I wanted to bring up to you and Leah. I don't know if you won't be. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is my buddy. He's Chris Bruce. I don't know if you listen to several other podcasts, but he does the sports with me.
I met him.
Yes, you
I
did.
met him.
You did.
I
You
met
sat
him.
on the couch with
And
me at the
because we had the LeBron and Michael Jordan argument.
Yes, you did. Also, you also talked about Larry Fitzgerald and DeAndre Hopkins, and he said Larry Fitzgerald's washed up, and he said DeAndre Hopkins ain't shit yet. I remember it. I told him that you met him.
Who's right?
And fuck, I mean,
And
DeAndre Hopkins,
and
99
Michael
Club.
Jordan. There's no fucking argument. I mean, I already know whose side you were on that one, and I know.
No, you already
Chris
know
was
whose
fighting
side
for
I was
LeBron.
on.
Yeah, he was on LeBron's side.
Of course, Chris was.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, I snuck it in. But okay, so Chris's picks. Chris's picks is what I want to get into right here. This right here is big. Let's see if Lee will be able to see it.
I cannot see that.
Can't see
You
it.
gotta read it off to me.
Let's see. All right, OG's gonna hook it up. Hook it up for us
All
right here.
right. Let's see what we got here.
Let's
So
see.
keep
Can
in mind.
can you
leave
see
this
that,
out,
Lee?
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Kyle. This is 2 weeks in a row. This is week 3.
Okay, so
right?
this is week 3. This is week 3 right now for Chris. Chris has been two parlays in a row. He's been hot. This is gonna be his 3rd weekend in a row. And now these lines have changed. So the bottom one, Indiana has changed to 20.5, and Oklahoma State has changed to 7. Okay, keep that in mind. The other ones are 2 straight bets. I want to start with that Cincinnati game first. Now Cincinnati's playing UCF. At UCF, that's Florida. That means there's going to be a limited crowd of at least 25%. Lee first. I want to start with Lee. We'll get to Joe for next because I know Joe excels on Saturdays. You excel on Sundays. Lee, it's Cincinnati versus UCF. UCF has been. I was looking at it earlier a little
They've
bit.
lost 2, haven't they? Already this year.
They've been struggling this year.
Yeah, they were.
This is
struggling.
this is not a strong year for UCF.
Not the same as
And
the past years.
and you can remind everyone I'm in Florida, so no, it is not. My UCF crowd here is not like I know when UCF's doing good because the UCF crowd of people that like I'm associated with, they rock a ridiculous amount of UCF gear here in Florida. Like the people that I know, they'll be wearing UCF. Well, nowadays they'll be rocking UCF masks and shit. But no, it's not.
So
I don't know.
Cincinnati is at 7-0. They're ranked number 7. UCF is at 5-2 right now.
Yeah.
I like Cincinnati straight up. I think that's an easy bet. I think that's
I
an
think
easy
so.
money line bet. I don't think there's anything to argue about that bet at all. This is Chris's picks. We'll get to what this is just Chris, right? We're gonna. I had to rock him. He uses DraftKings.
You gonna give us a spread on that thing? On
the
Cincinnati?
spread on yes. Let's see if OG can pick that one up there.
Cincinnati straight up is almost. I mean, come on.
I think that's like ultra
Okay,
safe.
that's 6 right now.
Yeah,
6.
exactly. Talk
6.
about playing it safe.
6 right now.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to just if you want to like safe bet, I mean, shit, I got safer bets than that. I mean, just super.
No,
I mean,
that's-
and we can get.
Yeah, it's
I
not
mean,
bad.
what is it? -6. So what does that win you? Was that
So it's a
105?
105.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's all right. No, I like it. I take it. I take that.
What,
That's a-
Cincinnati
it-
straight up?
I mean, if you think, I mean,
not
I think
against
since
it, I'm
I
just
think
asking.
Cincinnati's gonna win, but I say go ahead
Yeah.
and bet the spread.
Oh, you're gonna take the points. I stay away from everybody who's on this podcast. When Lee tells you to take the points, do not take the points. Take the team. Straight up.
It's okay.
Just take the team.
And then he has that Wisconsin game. Now that Wisconsin game shoots out to me. It's Northwestern. Northwestern's
Yeah.
looked nice this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ain't gonna happen.
Joe,
Wisconsin's
what do
What's
you
gonna,
think?
that?
Wisconsin's
What's
gonna
that
pound
spread? What's that spread? Wisconsin's
7
gonna
and
beat
a
the
half.
brakes off.
Yeah, Wisconsin's gonna beat
Wisconsin's
them by
gonna
at
beat the brakes
least
off.
14.
Take the what's the points? 10 and a
7
half
and a
or
half.
something like that.
I take
7.
them. I have
Give
it
me
as one of my
Give
locks.
me that. Give me that. Give me that.
I've
Yeah.
got Wisconsin locked.
Give me
on
that with the
Northwestern.
7. I'll take this. I would take that all the way up to 10. That's
Come on,
how crazy
okay,
I.
but look, you have to think about this first. Wisconsin's ranked number 10 right now in the country.
I don't
They've
care.
And they
they
played
played
two.
2 games.
They played two fucking games.
You
Who
know,
knows?
you know who Wisconsin is? Do you know who Wisconsin football is?
Yeah,
Like,
they get to a certain
Wisconsin,
point. They get to the 10 ranked
no, but
team.
do you know how they win games? You know how they win
Yes.
games? The offensive line.
No.
That's how they win games.
Look, the first thing you have to think about is this: is that Wisconsin is known for this. They're top ranked 10 right now. They're top 10, right? Sure. I don't fuck the schedule. Fuck how many games they've played. I don't care. They're at number 10 right now. They're infamous. Just like any other kind of team and I can name on several other ones. West Virginia, other teams like that, TCU. They get to the top 10 like that, you know what happens? They shit down their leg.
Doesn't matter. It ain't happening against Northwestern. Maybe against someone a lot better as far as like talent level. It ain't happening against Northwestern. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They are going to dominate the offensive line like no other because that's what they're known for. The end of the game. It's not going to be.
Yeah.
It's simple. That's simple with
By the
Wisconsin
third
Northwestern.
quarter, Wisconsin
Who
will
goes
be dominating Northwestern.
Yeah, the offensive line will
By
be
the third
dominated by
quarter.
Wisconsin. Game over.
They'll be too
The end.
tired.
There's
The
your
defense
7
won't
points.
Be working, won't
I'll-
be able to get through. The offensive line will be
That's
pushing
easy.
them. It's
They're covering the spread and some more.
yeah. I have it down, written down. It's a lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once I wrote it down, it's
so you
over.
both agree on Chris's picks first two. Okay, so the third one, he was able to lock it in at plus 14.
Yeah, that's.
And now that one has moved to now 7. Okay, so that
he
is moved to
killed it.
7. I mean,
7 points already.
he's got Oklahoma State at plus 14. It's at 7 now. I mean, you're going to
Yeah.
Oklahoma, so there's going to be a crowd, right? I mean, Oklahoma don't give a shit about no COVID.
COVID.
I
No.
mean, it's a 14 versus 18 team. I like OU. I mean, I like OU, and I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
I'm gonna go with it. I mean, I'm basing this purely off of recruiting power, right? So I'm gonna go with OU. That's it. Recruiting power. They're gonna win. I don't know about plus 14. I mean, if it's gone down to plus 7, so Oklahoma State's definitely gonna give them a game, but OU's gonna win. I don't know about 14 points win.
Yeah,
So if you could get that at 14 at plus
All
14, yeah, all day long, you take that shit.
all
But
day. But that's not fair. Chris is running on something that's a week old here almost. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I think
that's like when it opened.
yeah,
Like
stay
I
away.
mean, sure, I would if you're gonna anything less than 7. I mean, I would say you bet the other way.
I give Chris 3 weeks in a row if he wipes off the Oklahoma State and Indiana, because Indiana's no longer plus 27.
No, so now Indiana is at 20.5. You're in
Yeah.
Ohio State. Is Ohio State Ohio State a red or blue state?
It's a
Mix.
swing.
Okay, because so
This year it was
do
a
they have
red
crowd?
state.
Do they have a crowd this year at all? Have they had a crowd?
Well, this year it's pretty mixed. Yeah.
Yeah, but do they have a crowd? Do you know?
What kind of crowd are we talking about?
No, he's talking
What
about
kind of no in the stadium? Did they have a
stadium.
crowd?
Oh
They
no,
let
no,
people
no,
in?
no, nobody there.
No
No.
crowd. Okay, so no crowd. So you're not getting any. I mean, the home field advantage ain't
Is that
there.
a Big Ten wide rule? That is right. No, all Big Ten, no crowd.
I think I don't think no crowd Big Ten.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be. I'm just making shit up here, so you
No,
guys
no,
can check
I
on
think
your own,
no,
but-
no one in Big Ten has a crowd. Period.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a conference rule.
yeah,
Okay.
they were pretty strict about starting football in the first.
Well,
place.
just like they shut it all down.
Well-
They shut it all down. Conference rule. They're gonna open it back up. Everything's exactly even playing field. So
So
There'll be
going
no
just going off of Chris's picks right here that you see on the screen.
It's a great pick. Indiana plus 27 all day long.
I mean, they're ranked.
Yeah.
They're ranked 13th right now. They might be ranked even lower.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a good football team this year. They had a questionable win against Penn State. That was the one thing.
And Penn State's a kind of a garbage team so far this year. So I don't know that gives you enough. And I know OG over there really believes that this is Ohio State's cleared some spreads.
I mean, it's a 9 versus a 3. It's a 9 versus a 3.
I've watched Ohio State clear.
Yeah,
spreads
but it's
before
Ohio State.
When you think there's not a chance and there's like 3 minutes left and they score enough points to clear the spread. I've seen that multiple times. So
I've also seen where they come into the fourth quarter where they're down and they ended up hitting the over.
Yeah. Oh.
In the fourth quarter, and it's like I mean, it's like an.
I'm sorry, I gotta chime in, but the Buckeyes are gonna knock him out.
I mean, so, but that 27. I mean, that's
at
like,
20 and a half. I take the Buckeyes at 20 and a half. I think it's a sucker bet if you take Indiana, simply because you start. It's 21. There's 3 touchdowns there. There's a difference of 3 touchdowns between these teams.
If he was able to lock this in at 27, which he did, I mean, that's huge.
Is decent. Yeah, worth it. I'd take it. At 20 and a half, I'm going Ohio State. I'm not playing these games either, but if you forced me to pick, I would have never played the Oklahoma State game. I would have never played the Indiana game. But if you forced me to pick, I'd take Indiana. I'd take Ohio State to cover plus 20 and a half.
Okay.
I mean.
So from looking at this right now, you like it? You like this parlay? That's 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, no, it's good.
Roll with it.
Roll with it.
If he's already sitting on that, that's a good parlay. I mean, as you can see,
he got in
half
early.
of the parlays moving in his direction.
But for the people that are
touchdown,
the people that are going to see this, I mean, yeah.
What, the 3 people that are watching?
Dude, this is gonna be the 1,000-person viewer fucking Life Parlay.
We're gonna have to bring a little more energy if we're gonna get 1,000 viewers, but this is a good start.
All right, OG, scroll down. We already talked about Indiana, Ohio State. Let's go down one more. I believe we have another one in there. I think it's Iowa, Penn State is what I have. What is that one right there? Florida, Vanderbilt. Are we able to enlarge that? Can we blow
I saw that. I saw that one. That's a lot of goddamn points. Let me just say that.
For Florida?
That's a lot of goddamn points. I don't know.
Vanderbilt's football
so 31 and a half.
And Vanderbilt is not good, but
sorry, Commodore fans.
That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Just saying.
31 and a half. I mean, is
and
Florida
this is not a strong year for Florida either.
Does Dan Mullen come out and punch in their mouth?
Where the hell is Vanderbilt? We were just in
Nashville. We were right there.
But I've never seen the fucking place.
It's like the campus.
It's like the University of Memphis. It's
the
hidden.
campus. The campus is absolutely beautiful. Actually, I've been there. I went to a game there. I went to Ohio, or not Ohio. Coach Hood's team played.
Yeah, Bowling Green or whatever. Whoever was coaching for was it Bowling Green?
Yeah, was it Bowling Green?
Ball State? No.
Ball State.
Ball
yes,
State.
you are exactly.
In Indiana.
Yeah.
Ball State versus Vanderbilt. I went to that game, and you know what? That was when Deshaun Hamilton was the receiver there, and was like the guy. And I saw Coach Hood's game plan against them, and they stopped them. So,
to the point. What the hell was it like on Vanderbilt's campus? Because
it's an awesome campus. It's like super clean downtown campus. Like
where the hell was it? Why didn't we see it last
week? It's not on Broadway. That's why it's off Broadway, like the off streets. Like it's in those like suburban neighborhoods. Like it looked like very manicured, like landscaping and shit, and like really hills and valleys and all that.
Lake Forest. So I thought you said Wake Forest.
I said Lake Forest, like up in there, a little ritzier. We'll toss a little college in there. You can call that Northwestern.
No, we went to the big money bars. There's some like.
Give me a second.
Oh.
He's got to go to the bathroom for sure. Headphones.
Headphones.
He almost tore him right off his head. It'd have been awesome. I wish we would have got it on camera.
I'm coming in for that. That's crazy.
Oh gosh, but okay. Okay, so we were talking about Vanderbilt, Florida. That's a 31 and a half.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
I think I would have to take in my mind, I would have to take that 31.5 for Vanderbilt because
I think that's a safe bet. You know what? And you know what else? This is where I'm going with it. I'm doubling down on that, and then I'm gonna parlay that with that Florida State game because that's a lot of fucking points too.
Florida State was. I saw it a second ago. Let me check it out really fast here.
Was it Florida State, Alabama? Is it Florida State, Alabama?
Is it?
I think so.
Let's see. We'll get to it here in a second. Here, I apologize for the listeners. Let's see. I don't even know if they have a. Okay, Alabama's playing Kentucky.
Oh nope, that's not the one. It was Florida State.
Florida
I'm not
State.
gonna
Who's playing Florida State?
I can't even find that shit. Where do you got that at?
Yeah, where do you
Hold
have
on.
it? I don't have Florida State. Let's see. They even have a line on that one right now.
Hold on, let me get it here. Oh, let me get back here.
Super unprofessional.
Well, I mean, he's sitting there at Florida State. There was no Florida State. I got Florida.
Oh no,
International.
Florida State, Clemson. Are you seeing that? You're not seeing
They
that?
don't even give me a spread on that. What's the spread on that? Sucker?
Florida State, Clemson.
Okay, I got
Clemson?
35.5. I got 35.5 right now.
Yeah, there you go. Minus 35.5. That's a lot of goddamn points.
Is
Again,
Trevor Lawrence coming back?
By the way, here
Ooh.
comes Joe. He's hitting
I'm
around the
not
corner.
sure, but you know what?
And he's
what-
sitting in the seat.
You know what I would say on that?
Is
I
Trevor
see-
Lawrence playing?
If you're gonna, if you wanna, I would. You want to know my $20 bet of the week?
But Lee, is Trevor Lawrence playing?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Because if
I don't
Trevor
think
Lawrence is playing, I got two things for you on that game. One, I'm going to take that 35.5 for Clemson to beat Florida State. A. B, I'm going to take the over on 64.5 because I'm too young to bet the under. Barstool has taught me one thing in life. I'm too young. Too young. Okay.
I would if
Clemson
you,
versus Florida State.
I'm gonna that's my
If Trevor Lawrence is playing.
my long shot parlay of the week is you double up. You take that parlay of you take the plus 35, and then you take that. What was the other one that we were just talking about?
Which one?
The last one before that game where we were talking about what is that? The other big point game. What was that?
We got Oklahoma State.
Indiana's 20.5. You had Alabama was
Wisconsin,
No.
Northwestern.
Wisconsin, Northwestern. What was that one?
7.5.
No. The Vanderbilt one. There you go.
Oh,
Florida,
Florida
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
You take Vanderbilt and you take Florida State. Throw $20 on that shit, and I guarantee. What's the payout on that? I'm sure it's something nice.
You're playing for money. You're not playing for wins anymore. You're just
Man, yeah, that's my long shot, dude. Come
okay,
on.
All right, we'll let it be a long shot play. But
What do people want to make? They want to, they want to throw $20 on something. Yeah, you might lose every once in a while, but hey, fuck,
All right.
I might throw
who and who?
$20.
Vanderbilt.
And then
Let's
Florida
check out
State.
the payout here. Let's see if OG, can you toss my screen
That looks
up
like-
full screen?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see this.
Okay, let's see. Florida and Vanderbilt. I just had it on my screen a second ago. Let's see.
No straight ups though. You're just taking points.
He wants to take.
No, just points, not to win. Hell no. No,
Well,
just
I ain't
the
gonna get you that much.
All right, I
at
got.
that point.
So you want?
on a $20 bet.
If it's just
So
a
you want? So
parlay,
you want
you're taking
Vanderbilt
the
at plus
points.
Yep.
31.5?
Yeah, you want the plus 31,
Okay.
and then you want the and then the other one. Oh, and Florida State.
All right, and then Florida State, Clemson. You want plus 35.5.
Yep.
How much you want to bet?
Throw $20 on that. See what that looks like.
Pay 50.
So at 20, you're only
Yeah,
getting
50.
56.
You're winning
I was gonna
50.
say, It's not gonna pay.
So
It's not like taking them straight
So
out.
let's you know what? Let's do this, Lee. Let's throw down a Joe Spero Vegas bet when he calls me. We'll
Throw
do
$100 on it.
for
Throw $100 on it.
getting yourself
Oh no, don't get
$1,200.
crazy. Don't get crazy. We're talking about the people that are watching this show aren't gonna throw $1,200 on it. Throw $100 on it. $100 on it wins you $281. Hey, that's a decent night. This is the respectable, a regular fucking bet, not a crazy bet.
No, it's not too crazy with all those
It's not.
points.
It's not too
You get a
crazy.
ton
This
of
is,
points.
you know, and if you want, and then you know what you do after that, you add on some sure bets. That's what I do on Sundays. I take two crazy bets, add it on to some for sure bets, and then that's how I end up with like a 7-game parlay. You know,
So okay, what I have to say for the listeners, because they have to understand, that day I was in Vegas. I talked to you on the phone, and we were talking about the
Oh, yeah.
Ravens game. Who were the Ravens playing? They were playing the. Were they playing
was
the
it
Eagles?
Steelers?
Eagles.
Was that
No,
the-
Steelers were a different bet.
Okay.
He took the Steelers straight up. It was Ravens versus Eagles, right? It was at -10, correct?
Oh, is that the one where Lee told me? Where I
He,
told
he
him
said there's no. He said
Take it.
yes, take it.
Straight up.
He's
Yeah.
telling me on the phone, Lee. He's telling me on the phone. He
Oh,
goes,
that's when I came up. I literally
Yeah,
walked up
I'm
to
in
him and
the
I was like,
car.
take the Ravens
at the 10. You wanted him at the 10.
and the 10 and take the points. Yeah, I'd take the Ravens and the spread.
Yeah, and the Ravens were giving
And what
up
they
10.
lose by? What
And
they
I'm
lose
like,
by?
They lost by like 3.
But
yeah, they needed
you know what?
They won
The-
by 3, no?
They-
Yeah, they won by
They
3.
won by 3 or something. Yeah, it
Let's
was.
see, I can.
But you know what? That of any game all season long, that probably is the
That one cost me
stupidest.
on a 6
That
team
that
parlay.
was like
So they played the
first
Eagles. No,
retarded
they won
game.
by 2. It was 30-28 against the Eagles. I was there in Vegas.
Yeah.
And you were on there, and I could hear you in my ear when he's telling me the bets. And he
Yeah.
was puzzling between, do I take them straight up or do I take them at the -10? And then he's sitting there going, and then all of a sudden I hear in my ear, oh,
Take
yeah,
the Ravens.
Take them at -10. Yeah, why wouldn't you? You'd be dumb if you wouldn't. And
You know
sure
what
enough,
it was? Because the Ravens had been killing at that point, and the Eagles were playing like dog shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? But now that what are we at? Week 8 or 9 or something like that. The Eagles they play to the level of the competition that they're playing against. We all know that now. That's it. That's the truth has been
Good
told.
call. There's always teams out there like that.
There's
that play
teams
to the
out there.
competition.
That's it. That's
and
that's
those
what
are
they
your
do.
best team. I mean, when you want to bet, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Is to grab a team like that who's going to play to their competition and wait till they play the big boys and take them with the points all
Yep.
day long. Yeah.
That's who
Okay.
they are.
So then let's move forward, right? Let's move to 24th birthday, where I don't look any different than I did probably when I was 22. Okay, I really don't. Maybe a little more extra, gobble around the fucking chin there, and other than that, that's probably because I've been drinking something. So, Steelers. I want to ask you this. This is the biggest thing in my mind right now. Steelers, still undefeated team. I mean, fuck. You got the old man Ben Roethlisberger, where he's still playing quarterback. They had so much drama 2 years ago. Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, everybody, right? You had all this fucking action going on all the time.
That's right.
It's at 10.5 against the Jaguars. You take that 10.5?
Take it.
The
They struggled
Steelers
last
week, did they not?
minus 10.5.
Take it. Take it.
Really, Lee.
It's the Jaguar. It's the Jaguars.
Yeah, but the Steelers
I'm not
been winning
I'm-
by the
I'm-
hair on their chinny chin lately.
It's Jacksonville.
I'm no Sunday
it's a-
expert, so
I mean,
You know
okay,
what?
look,
I this is what I think. Sometimes there's matchups where you complicate things, right? But here's one of those. This is one of those weeks where they want you to think really hard about it. But you know what? You know who's not playing at quarterback? Minshew Magic will
Yeah.
not
He's not
be
playing?
will not be at quarterback.
Yeah,
So
but
if
wasn't
that
that new
clears it
guy-
up for you,
didn't that new young guy look pretty studly the last game?
I think Minshew's their guy. I think Minshew's their guy. If you're not going to start Minshew, you don't got a chance to. You don't got a chance. the Steelers defense is going to be coming at his ass all day long. He has never seen pressure like this, and he's never seen a deficit like this with points. That's it. 10.5 is nothing.
I thought that
I-
young guy was
I
pretty
would take
fast.
it all
Isn't he
the way
one
up
who-
to 14.
isn't
I'd
he
take
the
it all
one
the way
who
up
put
to
the spin
14.
move?
Who?
Isn't that the quarterback who put the spin move on last week and ran it into
Yeah.
the end zone?
I don't give a shit. I think
Yeah.
Minshew's their guy.
Look, he ain't no Terrell Pryor.
Jackson.
That's all I gotta say. He ain't no Terrell.
He's
Pryor.
not Minshew. He's not Minshew. Minshew was their guy. That was it. I like Minshew. I like him. I think he was the the wild card in their offense as far as like you never know what you're gonna get. You might get 3 interceptions or you might get 5 touchdowns. I think that's a good quality to have, but they couldn't dial him in. You know, that's it.
Okay, move forward. So this is a 12 o'clock game for us, 1 o'clock for you, or yeah, it's 1 o'clock for you. So yeah, it's a Tennessee Titans versus Ravens. And
Toughest game of the week.
I think this one, I don't know why they didn't move this to prime time. I mean, you got a Derrick Henry and Tannehill, plus you have Lamar in that offense. I mean, it's at 6 right now for the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a tough game for me. That's a tough game. I would take Titans at +6.
I think this. Well, I look at this one as who's got to win more, the
It's a
Titans
straight up game.
or the Ravens?
Ravens gonna win it straight up.
I think the Ravens
Put
got to
your money
win.
on 'em
I
straight
think the
up.
Ravens need this win in order to make the playoffs. Even they gotta win this game.
It's
they-
gonna cost you. You're gonna have to
it's-
pay to win to play, but the Ravens
Yeah.
are gonna win that game.
They gotta
So,
win.
What do you
This
gotta
is a
pay?
must win
What do
for
you gotta
them.
pay,
They got their
200
ass
to win
kicked.
100?
I think the Ravens. Do I think they cover? What is it? What are they plus? Are they plus or minus?
They're
Are they
minus-
plus?
minus
They're
6.
So Titans are Titans.
Oh, give me that. Yeah, give me that. I'd take that -6. If I'm gonna take it, and I'm trying to win some money, I'm not gonna take them to win. Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I would take them to win. I think, yeah, that's gonna win you some dough.
You're gonna take
Why
him
not?
You're gonna take him with -6.
No, I'm gonna take them to win.
Yes, but you'll have to pay because they're giving up
It's minus
6
two.
points.
It's minus 270 in the money line for
Yeah.
Ravens.
Oh, they're
So,
minus.
Yeah, so you're paying 270
Oh yeah.
to win 100.
No, I take the -6. Yeah, why not?
Oh really? See, I on the other hand would fork over the money and just pay the 270. You're gonna take home 100. You don't have to
Yeah.
give up your 270. All you need to do is put it on the table.
If they're gonna
you're
win,
taking
I
100. You're
I
taking
think
100. Lamar's not
they're due.
losing.
Lamar Jackson is very due for a Lamar Jackson game.
Yep.
And
He's
I-
due for
and
one
I
of two
think-
things: a good
I think
game
this-
or an injury.
Yeah, he ain't getting hurt. He's not getting hurt. You can't
Lee.
bet on it. You can't bet on injuries. You cannot.
No,
do
you
that.
can't. But
But I wish you could.
You can't.
I got a feeling.
He
I'm
ain't getting
sorry,
hurt this game.
Lamar. No offense, but you might get hurt.
He hasn't.
You
Okay,
might
Lee.
get hurt
Lee
out there.
he hasn't
He's-
shown me the promises he had last year. And when he played Kansas City this year, I was highly, highly disappointed on the way he played that game. That game was shit. That was horrible to watch.
Yeah.
But why don't watch that?
Well, he did. Well, you know what? It was. You know what I liked? I liked if you look at the game difference. So you look at this year's KC Ravens game versus last year's Ravens KC game. The only difference is the defensive coordinators. They figured out what these guys are good at and what they're not good at, and then they played their defenses to those strengths. That was the difference of the game. Now with Patrick Mahomes, he's got a lot more fucking strengths than Lamar Jackson is. He just got a lot more. He's got a lot more tools in his toolbox. It's just, and that's the difference in the game. And if you think you brought enough to the party with Patrick Mahomes, all he does is just open up his secondary toolbox, and he's like, "Oh, you want to stop me from running? Oh, no problem. Let me open up this secondary toolbox where I start throwing to my third and fourth receiver. All of a sudden, Sammy Watkins is tearing it up, and it's like, oh, I forgot you guys got Sammy Watkins. You know what I mean? That's a different team, dude. I'm sorry. I think if you look at any of the teams in the NFL right now, beside their defense, like I think offensively they can do the most in a week's time. So you got to look at like how offensive coordinators look at it. You know, they look at it like, okay, this week we're playing the Ravens. So what are we not going to do? Well, run up the middle. That shit ain't going to work. You know, and then they look at like a team that's very secondary heavy, like I don't know, like Arizona. You know, Arizona. Very,
I was gonna say Arizona.
Budabaker, Budabaker.
Very secondary heavy, very light up front in the ass. You know what I mean? So what are we gonna do? We're gonna fucking run up the middle. We're gonna run. Kelsey's gonna have a day and a half. So when you break teams down like that, it's like it makes it very easy because those matchups they win, but then they not only are they winning, they're winning by like huge number. Like the matchups are just so sick. You know, when you're gonna put if you're gonna put a linebacker on Travis Kelsey, I mean that's a I mean that's
It's a mismatch. It's a mismatch.
That's stupid. You know, like that's just dumb. That's dumb on the defensive side. You know, like dude. Oh well, yeah. This guy's so great of a like, dude. You ain't guarding Travis Kelsey. Like, you need a DB of some sort. Like, but you know, some guy, you know, that's the thing. Some of these guys are so fucking heavy in their systems that they just love like, oh, my system's so great that it'll stop any offense. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're not stopping.
This bro just went on a
Yeah.
fucking ramble.
Yeah.
He took that tangent. He took it to the next
Dude,
level. He said,
yeah.
he was talking offensive coordinator. He said secondary. I'm gonna run deep on the guys that don't have a big ass in the front line. I'm going for it. He was going for it full force. Full force. I love it. I love it.
No.
I love it.
I think there's some.
You make a great point. I mean, you make a great point. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, you really. After listening to that for a second or two, and once we get into the depth of that in the girth, right? I think that's a fantastic word, girth. I mean, you can take it in two different ways, and yeah, you heard me. And taking that Baltimore Ravens at that -6, I like it. I like it the more I listen to you about it, and then at 49.5 too. I think 49.5 is low. I think
so.
Low. I think that game comes out to a 31-21 game or a 38 to, you know what I mean? They don't have strong defenses. They don't.
No.
They don't. They know they don't. But their offense outpowers their defense. That's obviously different from what the Bears, okay? That's the biggest thing. And we'll get into that for 1 second. I only want to get into that for a little bit. I don't want to go too far into it. I don't want to be too biased on where we are. But I want to get into that 1 second because you have the Bears behind you. One thing on that, and I'll let you get your 10 cents, and I'll let him get his 10 cents on it as well. Okay? Bears. My argument on this one is our defense lights out. I think our defense is fantastic. What happens is they get tired. They get a very tired team because of one reason. They're on the field 85% of the game. They're on the field. I don't like to say this right now because I was a hater of them before. But I am not the.
He wants Mitch Trubisky back.
I
know he does.
I hate Nick Foles. Nick Foles, this old fucking geezer that can't run more than 3 yards. And let me finish my tangent, all right? And then I'll go to, and then we'll go to Joe and we'll go to Lee, okay? I want to get all opinions on this one, and I'm gonna give you my whole rundown of what I think. Okay? If I'm crazy, I'm on crack. You let me know right away. Bring that fucker Mitch back in, I guess.
Well,
and
keep going.
my one thing is the kicker for the end of the season. Ryan Pace, take a fucking walk. Matt Nagy, take a fucking walk.
Oh, wow. Okay.
How I look at that is you are an offensive-minded coach, and you come in, and in week and what you said earlier, week 8, 9, it's actually 10, I think, this week.
Shit.
10.
Yeah.
And because it was 2 weeks ago that the trade deadline passed, and that was at week
Yeah.
8. And he gave up his coach abilities to his offensive coordinator. So you're paying this guy how many millions of dollars to run on the sideline to either call a timeout or rah-rah their guys up? That's bullshit. That's not what a coach does. A coach either calls plays or he's in there in every single play, either offense and defense. If you have to give up your offensive mindset because you don't know what you're doing, you're at that breaking point where you want to try something new, that's bullshit. I want to fire Matt Nagy. I want to fire Pace. And I want to go after a quarterback. And I need some offensive fucking linemen. The defense is fine. Leave the dance where they are. Pay the guys on defense that who needs to stay there. Keep them. Okay? Pay Allen Robinson. Pay Cordell Patterson. They're both workhorses. Fire Matt Nagy. Fire Ryan Pace. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, where do you even start there? You're talking fire Matt Nagy when
In
2
what
years
year is
ago,
this?
Mitch
Yeah,
Trubisky
what year
was
is
an
this?
All-Pro.
Year 3?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mitch Trubisky was an All-Pro 2 years ago, and people were screaming, Matt Nagy might have been the greatest thing that ever happened to Chicago. And the offense that Chicago had brought 2 years ago was the best offense we had ever seen. Mitch was light on his feet. He was moving around. He was protecting the ball. He was throwing it hard into tight spots. I think maybe you might be right about bringing him back in, and maybe this was enough punishment for him to start understanding how to make the right plays going forward. I don't know that Mitch is yet a complete bust, but shit, he's looked terrible this year. I saw some stats pulled up showing what he was 3-0 this year or something like that.
Yeah.
And Nick is what, 2-4 or something crazy like that. I saw someone pull up a stat the other day showing Mitch's record compared to Nick's record. I think you give Mitch another chance. Ryan Pace, I think he's got to go. Matt Nagy, still out. The jury's still out on Matt Nagy, in my mind.
Okay.
Same thing with Mitch. I think Mitch and Matt, give him the rest of the year and make them both.
This is
do it
4.
there.
I apologize. This is 4th season.
Is this 4th season?
So
Okay.
2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. 2017, he played 12 games, and he had a 59.4% completion rating.
28
Horrible.
killed it.
Horrible. Okay? Then the next year, he played 14 games, hit a 66.6. That's fantastic. He had over 3,200 yards with 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Okay, we'll take it. Fantastic. And then 2019, he played 15 games. That was, I believe that's a double doink year. That was last year. That was heartbreaking on my end. I'm not sure on yours.
yeah.
3,100. He went on touchdowns, he went 17 for 10 on interceptions. This year alone, they look at it for one reason. It's a 6-3 on only 3 games. That's horrible to look at. When you look at a 6-3 ratio on touchdown to interception ratio on a 3-game spread, that's shit. That's a horrible ratio. Because what does that mean?
Well, your only other option is Tyler Bray. So, I mean, at this point, I'll have Mitch throw with his, what is he, right-handed or left-handed?
You know what? I think Tyler Bray, I think on Saturdays it's in his contract to wipe down all the seats in the stadium. That's what he's there for. He wipes down all the seats in the stadium for everybody.
So Lee, I'll give you this one, and then I want you to give us your rebuttal on this one. It's this one thing right here on 11/18, 3 days ago. Bears, you know what they did? Tight spot at quarterback. You know who they did? They worked out Deshaun Kaiser.
Okay.
Do it.
I like it.
Because we don't have a 3. We don't have a third quarterback. We don't have another option. And Do I think Deshaun Kaiser is the answer? No, but he is a third quarterback because Tyler Bray is not that dude. Tyler Bray's, you know why Tyler Bray's on the team? Salary. That guy probably takes the league minimum. If you want to look up something, look up what he's getting paid, because he was that guy that made the roster because you need 3 quarterbacks, but like he is like the guy that was willing to like. I think
Are you ready for it?
He paid that.
What is
Are you
it?
ready for it? It might be lower
Yeah.
than what we all make.
League minimum.
It's lower than what we all make combined. Okay, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, league minimum.
1 year, $84,000 contract,
Boom,
including an
there it is.
average salary.
That's why that
of
motherfucker's on the team.
84K.
That's why he's on the team. He's taking less than the league minimum.
That doesn't even count. You can't even tell someone you're a professional football player making
No, you can't.
$84,000. You're like,
You know what he
no,
does?
I'm a
You know
professional
what?
football player.
Would
you're
I
wealthy?
take his shot? Would I take his shot? Hell yeah, because you know what he does? He goes to film. He gets everything paid for him by the team. He's the guy that shows up and he's gonna be like, well, or he's like, well, we've got the paid for platter, or we have like you can upgrade for like $20 more. That motherfucker's like, hell no, let me get the paid for platter. I'm good. You know, like I don't
know where he was going with it. He was going somewhere with it.
Analogy was
no.
That Hennessy's starting to hit you now.
It is a little bit. No. He's getting paid shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
$84,000 a year. You know what the league isn't league minimum like $250,000 a year?
It's just like McCowan. McCowan was getting paid, what was it, $10K to sit on
How-
the bench.
How do you get paid less? Who is his agent? His agent's getting cashed out.
Come on, Tyler
You
Brady
know,
got an
like,
agent. You know Tyler
It's
Brady got an agent.
it's probably like his mom or
It's the
somebody.
first time
Like,
I even knew you could make more or make less than the league minimum. I thought,
McCown was making
There's-
10K.
You know
isn't
what?
there the point
You know
of
what?
the league minimum is you can't
McCown
make
was
less.
making
You
10K.
know what's fucked up?
McCown was making
You know what's fucked up?
10K to sit on the watch the games. That's
You know
what
what's
he was
fucked
getting
up?
paid.
There's players on the practice squad making more than Tyler Bray. Boom, there you go.
That's
There
huge.
is. That's a
That's huge.
true story.
That's huge. I mean, that's.
Practice squad.
I like that how we got into this, and I said let's make it quick, and we
I
didn't
know.
make it quick, and I love it. I love it because I saw the Bears thing behind you, and I said we have to talk about it. Now I have to grant his wish. I have to grant his one wish. He wanted to talk about one thing that I have no idea anything about. The only thing I have nothing about this, Lee, is because personally, the
You've given
March
up on
Madness
the
was gone. I had no March Madness, so I didn't get to picture these guys playing basketball at all.
They didn't play. Yeah, they didn't play.
And for me, didn't get to see these guys. Obviously, who went number 3 overall, it's because your father's an asshole, and I'm going to say it to the day I die. I hate him. I hate his guts. I despise him as a person. He wants to sell the shit out of his
brand.
Kids. Fantastic.
Big baller, baby.
Oh, are
BBB.
you talking Mello
Fantastic.
now? Oh no.
Big baller brand.
LeVar Ball, LeVar.
Big
him.
baller brand.
Hate him. Hate him.
I know.
Why?
He's-
You can't hate him. He's done nothing but
Look
take
at
care
what
of his
he's
kids.
I
done.
hated him because he sat on that Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
He sat on that show with Stephen A. Smith, and you know what the fact
does
is,
that
in
for
my
attention.
mind,
He does
you
that
should
for
have never been
attention.
on that show.
He does it for attention, Kyle.
Hated it.
It's an attention
Selling.
thing. It's a
It's
brand.
selling.
Yeah.
It is selling at a
You're talking
what do I want
about
to call it?
right now.
Like
He
like
won.
almost like a just annoying level. You know what I mean? Like that annoying salesperson. That's who he is. He's that asshole that's gonna drive you crazy because he's just like, oh, you know what? Like everything he's gonna say is gonna point you towards like his brand. Like, hey, what kind of soap do you use? You should use Big Baller Brand soap. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
well,
that's
that's the
shit.
whole-
You know, like he's that asshole.
That's this guy. That's his move though. Is essentially
Yeah.
to bring as much attention to himself, no matter
Yeah.
how he gets the attention, And
Yeah.
the minute we're talking about him, he's successfully
loving
completed
it.
his goal, which is to have
Anybody
be relevant.
in their right mind. I mean, and especially
his
anybody
kids
that's
make
the
him
same.
relevant, but
Anybody that's the same age as Michael Jordan or close to, even in the age within 10 years. All right. So LeVar Ball is 53 and Michael Jordan is 57. And that motherfucker said that he would beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one game. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here. What planet are you living on? Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that.
yeah.
But so many people fell into it. It was beneficial to one person only, him.
Yeah.
In the that's it.
Bringing attention to himself.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
all right. So what's the discussion here?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
controversial?
Patrick fucking Williams.
Patrick Williams is controversial. That's what you think?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Why? For what reason?
So many. Okay,
All right,
so many
what are your
different levels.
choices? Before
All right,
you go
so-
any further, what would your choice be as you're
I think
looking at
you
his
need to-
jersey, which is number 4, which he went
You
in the
needed
pick?
to trade out of that pick. You needed to you had two options. You either needed to trade up or you needed to trade out. Because what do the Bulls need? Fucking everything. Fucking everything. They needed everything. So if you're trying to build a team, what do? You trade out. You need to trade out. You don't keep taking the guy that's left on the board, or he wasn't even left on the board, but you don't keep trying to think that you're smarter than everyone else. It doesn't work out for anybody. It never does.
How
It
about-
never works.
How about this? All right, out of the next 6 picks that went
You know
after,
who was? You know what
who
we
was
had?
a better pick out of the top 10 picks? Not 1 through 4, but the next 6 guys that came
There
out.
wasn't anybody.
Okay.
There wasn't anyone. There was nobody.
I
There
would've
wasn't
took-
anyone.
I would
You
have
let-
traded my
you know what you
number
do?
4 pick for the entire Florida State cheerleader squad.
You.
What do you think? What do you think?
No, you.
I mean, Patrick Williams
would've
or the
taken
Florida
that.
State cheerleaders? I'll take
I don't
the
know.
Florida State
I'd have to
cheerleaders.
see him. I'd have to see him first.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know who they described him as?
Yeah, crazy shit.
They
Oh,
said that
dude,
he has the
Kawhi.
same capabilities as Kawhi Leonard.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
That's a stretch. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's such a reach that I can't even reach that far. It's like so
Yeah.
far on the left on the political
Hey,
spectrum.
you remember-
can't reach 'em.
What happened? All right, this is a question.
So
One,
so
Lee.
in our group text, I said it, and I always say this. I say, okay, look at. Let's just break it down, right? Let's just break it down to like the purest form. What do you not do? What do we learn with Mitch Trubisky? What do we learn? All right.
Oh, don't trade up for fucking Mitch Trubisky. That's what
Don't-
I
Don't
learned.
trade up for Mitch Trubisky. Yes, we know that. But where did Mitch Trubisky play?
Oh, yeah, North Carolina. Are
North
you
Carolina.
serious?
Okay.
You never
was Mitch-
take a.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But what was Mitch Trubisky the most popular dude on campus at North Carolina? No,
Dude
I
played
can
1
name
year football.
10 guys that are more popular than Mitch Trubisky his senior year than him. Okay? Let's go. Let's keep going down. So then we go to Florida State, right? Was this dude the most popular dude on campus? Fuck no. You know who was? 22 guys that were starting for Florida State Seminole football, and they didn't even fucking win. You know, and this dude didn't even start on his own team.
Yeah, no one
I'm
even
sorry.
knew. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's no. Well, that's why I'm curious. You're comparing him to Kawhi Leonard, and just out of my curiosity, did anybody ever watch Kawhi Leonard play when he was at San Diego?
In San
State?
Diego?
Yeah.
In San Diego? Not really.
I was gonna say, was he? How does it turn out that Kawhi Leonard turns into the top 3 best basketball players in the world, and he played for San Diego State?
You know what?
And we don't see him. But then you see a guy at like Murray State, like Ja, that everybody knows. And
Here's
you got a guy.
Now-
at San-
Okay, but you could also make that same argument with Steph Curry. How many did you watch
oh,
Dayton play?
100 times.
well, no.
I watched
Ja,
Steph Curry constantly in
I think Ja
college.
was awesome in college.
Yeah.
I think Ja.
You watched James
Ja-
Harden in college?
Ja was awesome. No,
Yeah, I
no,
watched James
I
Harden
never
in college.
saw. I never saw James Harden.
I was living in Arizona when James
Okay,
Harden was in
that's
college.
why you
I
saw
went
him.
to an Arizona
Okay.
State basketball game because
Yeah.
I was like, This guy is fucking
So
awesome.
He was. That's why I'm like curious.
He was awesome.
Why Leonard that awesome at San Diego State? Was he that awesome? Was he?
Why
that...
no? Well, he went to San Diego State, so no. That's
Yeah,
not.
but it
I
shouldn't
mean,
matter.
no.
I mean, if you're
He's a
that damn
local
good,
legend.
you
Local
should-
legend, just like
okay.
James Harden was.
Okay.
He's a local legend. He
Alright.
was. That's it. That's how James Harden ended up at Arizona State. I mean, well, he wasn't from Arizona, but he tore it up. I mean, he was putting up numbers that conference had never seen. But look at the talent level back then. The talent level was totally different. He was playing against USC, who was a powerhouse in basketball back then. Totally different. You know, it's not the USC of now, because that was after USC got caught up with a lot of like shit, you know, like fraud, you know, what's it called? Like fucking
violations.
Oh, yeah.
Or,
violations and shit. Yeah.
So,
all right, move us forward. What
yeah,
else we got?
let's move.
Yeah,
on.
you can go for it.
I think
Go
that's
for
all
it.
right. I think we're getting towards the end. I know the East Coast over there is a tough time. You're running on almost 2 a.m. So I want to get into this. I want to get into this one thing with you. Okay.
Kyle, you trying to put a fucking bedtime on me right now? You trying? I ain't got no
Yo,
bedtime, dude.
Yo,
Kyle's
I got a fridge full of
all right, let
beers
me ask
over
this.
here.
Lee, let me ask you this, and you paint the picture for the listeners, and the people are watching online. Where are you sitting right now? Where you at? Where at your house?
I'm in my fucking garage. This is the Clayton cave. This is where I do my business at. I'm an arm's throw away from
Something over there for me?
some beers, and I've got my when I want to escape the family. This is where I'm hanging out this time of year. It's perfectly air conditioned. It's a nice 68 degrees in here. It's very nice, very pleasant.
68 degrees. All I gotta say is this: I came from Arizona to here. That shit was cold. There was like 55 and wind. Like hell no.
Oh yeah, no.
Hell no.
So what did
No, I
you want to
can't do
finish
that.
with here, Kyle? What do you got for
All right.
us?
So I asked both of you to give me one thing on. Okay, this is gonna be this. I'll give you guys a second to talk about it and think about it while I discuss, and I'll bring it up right now. Give me one story each of something embarrassing you did yourself. Now think about that for a second.
He was gone. We already did this.
No, you did not. You guys gave me college stories.
No. You were in the bathroom, Kyle. We got into embarrassing.
We got into the embarrassing
dates
stories.
that we had been on.
That ain't shit.
We
That
both
ain't
went
shit.
on an embarrassing
Yeah,
date.
it's because you guys called me the daytime date Kyle, okay? That ain't shit. That ain't shit. That's all I gotta say. You gotta think about it right now. There's gotta be one story embarrassing. You've shared it before. I'm not saying a private one that, I feel embarrassed to tell. No. Something like, I mean, come on. I had someone tell me the other day that he was sitting in a fucking wheelchair in the casino and he puked on himself and it was like, you know what I mean? Come on.
Well, I mean, I don't think we want to be telling our puking on ourselves stories, but maybe.
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 Maybe we might get there.
You gotta give me something. You gotta give the listeners that's one more knockout
right.
punch. I
All right,
one
I
more
got
knockout
one.
punch. It's the
I
10th
got
round.
one. All right,
It's the 10th
I
round.
got
I need something.
Here we go. All right, so here's, I mean, I don't know if it's, I mean, some people would be embarrassed, but like, I guess I was a little embarrassed. If I wanted to get, yeah, okay. So it is Halloween 2008-ish. I am in Las Vegas, and this is back when like Real World was like real popular and shit. I would like 2007, 2008. I may be a little off in my year, but so I'm out there. This is right after season like 2 of Chappelle's Show, and I'm like, I got this great fucking idea, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna dress up like Tyrone Biggums from Chappelle's Show.
I lent you the FedEx sweatshirt because I have a sweatshirt.
Yeah. So Joe
Uh-huh.
gave me the FedEx sweatshirt, but there was a complete and not only did I'm a very like detailed person. That's something that like people personally. I mean, like I'm very detailed in my work at work. I'm detailed in the things that I do, right?
In your costume.
So and I'm very detailed in my costume. So I look up every fucking detail of whatever I'm doing. So I do a lot of research and whatever. So I was like, oh shit, I need a FedEx sweatshirt. I got that from Joe. I put together like the perfectly tan, like the exact tan suit with like the slits
Can you
in
bring up
the
Tyrone again?
legs, everything. You know, I've got obviously, like I got like I don't even know what I use for like look like I've been smoking crack like
The
on my
powder
lips
all
and
over
shit
your
and all
face.
that.
Yeah, the
You know,
lips.
the fucking powder on my lips. I don't even remember what I used, but it was like perfect. And yeah, it was pulled off very well. So I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm thinking like no one really watches this show like as much as I do. So like, I
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I look like. If I could pull up back in the day, if I could pull up MySpace, there's some great MySpace pictures of me. Yeah,
Yeah, that's how he
that's what
looked.
that's what I look like. So I even made there's a little heart shaped chain. If you in that there's a little heart shaped
Yeah.
like necklace that he was wearing that I was like rocking that same time. So I'm in Las Vegas, right? So it's Halloween night, all right? August or not August, October 31st. And it's a Sunday in Las Vegas. We're at the Palms Casino. It's crazy, like the Palms was like the place to be. We're at this party and everything. Everything's all there's thousands of people. And to make a long story short, so the night's like ending, right? I I end up all over the place. So many people. I'm the only person dressed like this. A million. Everyone knows who I am. The head of security gave me this VIP pass because he loved my costume. He saw it in the camera and was like, "Oh my god, this guy is got the best costume in here." So let him in. So me and everyone I was with all got in, and all hell broke loose from there. So at the end of the night, we'll just fast forward through all of the shenanigans. But so at the end of the night, I lose all my friends because I'm all over the place. People are pulling me left and right. Hey, let me take a picture. Da, 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 all that, and I just remember it's early or late, whatever you want to call it. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning almost. I think it's like 8 in the morning, and I wake up and I'm wedged in between two slot machines in the casino. I wake up. So I wake up. I wake up. I wake. So I wake up standing up. Right. It's a Monday morning. It's 8 in the morning. Right. And there's people are leaving the club, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, oh, okay. So I just start following the herd. So we end up walking out to the exit, and it's where all the taxi cabs and everything are, and I'm like, well, all right, well, fuck, oh man, we're staying at that time it was the Aladdin, which is now Hollywood, Planet Hollywood, and I'm like, okay, shit, I got a really long fucking way. There's no way I'm walking there. So I started asking. There, I'm at the taxi cab stand. I started asking. I'm like, hey, I need a cab. And they're like, do you got money? And I was like, yeah, I got money, motherfucker. Like, what do you mean? And they're like,
Motherfucker.
oh. So the whole time, I'm thinking they're racist as fuck, but they're not. It's because I'm dressed like a fucking crackhead. And I'm looking like I don't have any fucking money. And they're like, well, there's a crackhead asking me for like a ride. And like, I can't. So they didn't want to give me a cab. So eventually they just kept passing me over. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to start walking out. I start walking out towards the street. I didn't realize it then. I started walking out towards the street. And then, so I don't even know. I'm way out in front of the Palms. And I'm like trying to hail a cab. But I didn't know it was illegal to like hail a cab in Las Vegas at that time. but I'm still asking anyways. And finally, a cab driver stops, and he asked me the same thing. Hey, you got money? I was like, dude, I got cash, and I'm holding up like 220s. Like, I just need to get to the Aladdin. I was like, dude, please pick me up. And he's like, okay. So then I like throw him $30, and he takes me there, and I was like, oh my god, thank you. And he's like, well, I'm sorry, man, I didn't know you look like you're homeless. And I was like, I looked at my clothes, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't.
And I was like, oh shit, I guess I do. Oh fuck, that's why I couldn't get a cab. Oh man, I just felt like an idiot. So yeah, that's my embarrassing story right there.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can top that tonight. I'm not on my A game, but I'll give you one just because I would.
Because you got enough time to think about it for a second.
No, I was listening to that so much. I never knew that one happened, but this one Lee definitely knows happened, and I mean Lee would probably be. I don't know why I can't get off these horrible girl stories of just embarrassing things that have happened around women. But for sure, probably the most embarrassing moment ever was trying to get this Pi-Fi girl to hook up with me and singing Enrique Iglesias, "You Can Be My Hero" to her. And wait, the best part about the whole thing was, we always had people over at our place, and her girlfriends were out in the hall, like in the hallway or another room, and all they could hear was, "I could be your hero, baby." and they never let me live it down. Oh my
Absolutely
God! I
Even
actually
now.
ran into Chelsea. Remember we saw Chelsea in Nashville talked to her, and she brought it up.
And she brought it up even.
And that's
That was
20
like
years
a
ago.
priceless moment.
Oh yeah, that's.
If Courtney watches this, she's gonna be like, "So when are you gonna sing to me?"
So that means you know a lot of words.
I don't believe that I ever sang that song to her, but I swear there's like 3 or 4 girls that live by the fact that I sang the song to her. She said that I sang the song to her. I think I just put the song on, and maybe I was humming along. No. Yeah. It's a hard song not to hum along to.
I will stand by you forever.
I know he could have it in him.
So that's about all I got this evening. I got more for you guys. It's just I warm up. I'm a slow starter.
Slow starter. I love it. Well, look, we got to this point. We hit a bunch of shit. I mean, we talked about you guys going to middle school, going to high school, then going to college, Glen Bardis, York in high school, then Milliken, then American, then we hit all these other little things in sports, and we got a football tangent, Bears tangent. We rocked some college football, and I can't thank you guys both enough so much. So I'll leave you with one thing, right? And Lee, I think this one's perfect for you because of that little parlay that you picked. Because I know you're going to add some bullshit on there after we talk after this. I know you're going to add one more thing because it's just going to happen for you. Because you have late games, so you got enough time to figure it out.
That's right.
You miss 100% of shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, Kyle Schaeble. That's all I got to say. That's one thing for you right there. That's one thing for you right there. I appreciate both of you coming on today. I can't appreciate it enough. You both fantastic. I mean, Lee, fantastic. I love having you on. It was a fantastic show. Yeah. And Joe as well. It was wild. And this is what I loved right here. This is perfect amount of what I needed right here was huge. At number 41 for the new studio, everything else going on.
There we go.
I think having Lee and Joe, was the perfect fit for what we really, really needed. And I can't thank you guys both enough.
Thanks, Kyle. I'm going to leave you guys with one thing, and it's going to be Hawaii, Boise, the over, the late night game.
What's the over?
56.5. Take the over. And I'll sign out on that one.
Leaving at that right there. I love it. All right.
Oh, you know what? I'll leave everyone with some positivity. You know what I mean? Like this world is a little crazy right now. Don't be afraid. Just be safe and do what you want to do. That's it.
That shit got I got deep. I got deep.
Yeah,
All of a
You
sudden.
know?
Too deep.
That's
I
it.
got deep all of a sudden.
That's
Yeah,
it.
especially
Do what you
after
want to
that
do.
Tyrone
Remember that
Biggins
Boise,
skip.
Boise State.
Do what you
on
wanna
Hawaii,
do.
I was feeling it.
Hey,
And
well,
then
you know
got
what?
deep
You know
with
what it
us.
is? Because I'm in the travel industry, dude. I'm in hospitality, you know, and the hospitality industry is struggling right now. A lot of people don't realize that, but like, you know what? Like, do what you want to do. We just traveled. We just went to Nashville. A bunch of us. We went out to bars. We did everything that, you know, most people tell you not to do, and we actually took a COVID test, and we tested negative. You know, like went out to bars. We went to a football game. Don't be afraid to do that shit. Don't let media scare you. Just do it. Be safe about it, but do what you want to do. That's it.
There you go.
Perfect
Good
right
night.
there. Boom. Hit it right there.
All
Thank you
right.
so much. Thank you both of you. Boom.
Yep.
Cut it.